Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, be sure to like and subscribe. I'm super excited for the video today because I'm going to be telling you guys about book ideas that I have that I may or may not be writing soon. Be sure to stay tuned until the end of the video because I might be writing a new book soon. Just some random book ideas just thrown out there that I want to write one day. I really want to write something with like pirate vibes because like I love the vibes of like ships and ocean, beach, like all that. I feel like that would be really cool to do, and like also pirates are like such a cool concept, so I would love to do that. I don't have like a specific plot. I feel like it could be really cool. And then I've always wanted to do some kind of vampire book. I have a bunch of random ideas for that. I've had different ideas of like there's vampire hunters and there's vampires, and the vampires like live underground because they can't be in the sun. Like that's an idea I've had. Like I don't have a plot, but like kind of like the world building, I guess. I really want to do something with like an abandoned castle or like some kind of abandoned spot. And it's like some people live there, I don't know, or like some kind of abandoned like dystopian type city, because I have a dystopian kind of book, but it's more fantasy than dystopian, and to have like a fully fledged dystopian book would be really cool. And then I also want to do some kind of book that's like different princesses with different kingdoms. I could do something when they all come and like compete for something, but I feel like that's like generic. Like that's what a lot of books are about, but I don't really care. I also want to do something with like a dual POV because I haven't done that really. I know I could add it into some of my work, but I want to write a book knowing that it's going to be a dual POV, and I feel like some of those could be like, I could see like a pirate book being a dual POV. But those are some of my vague ideas, ones that I don't have really fully fledged out, but that I think would be cool to write in the future. Well, I'll tell you about one that I actually have started and I just kind of never talked about. I started writing it in a vlog and I really like the concept. It was going to be like a series. So each of the characters' names was thought out like really well, and they all meant something different. Like if you want me to do a video about it, comment below a cloud emoji and I will do a full video talking about this book, because it was about a kingdom that was in the sky, and it was called the Kingdom of Sora because Sora means sky in Japanese, I think. There was a bunch of different palaces, but they all made up the kingdom, and there was like the sun palace, the moon palace, sunrise, sunset, like thunder, and like all those different things. If you were in the sun spot, you had like orange hair, blonde hair. If you lived in the moon spot, you had like blue hair, black hair, like darker hair. You had pale skin because you weren't in the sun a lot. All those different things. It was a really interesting book, so if you want me to do a video about that, I definitely will. I think if I were to go back and write it, I think I could be able to focus it more towards like tweens. Like most of the books I've been writing have been like based for my age. This one could go for a younger audience if people wanted it to. I don't know how much I wrote of it. I know I wrote a really long prologue and like maybe 2 chapters. I had the whole thing plotted out too. It was going to be really cool. And then let's talk about the novellas for the Dragon Keepers Chronicles. So both of them will be prequels, and they don't have anything to do with each other. Like it's not like prequel 1 and prequel 2. It's like separate prequels. So I have one that would be out of the perspective of one of my favorite characters, Nynx, and she has a really interesting and deep past that I think would be cool to see through her eyes in her younger self. It would be like when she's like 13 years old, maybe 14, like around that age range. There's a lot in her past, and it doesn't go over it in the main trilogy as deep as it could because there's just not a spot for that. So I think writing a separate book or like novella about her would be really cool. And I have a name for it, but I'm not gonna tell you. And then I want to write a prequel about the Dragon Keepers, so like the OG ones. But I would write about how the OG Dragon Keepers Alliance was formed, like how they got to know each other, and like the struggles of people who were raised as dragon hunters secretly keeping dragons in a spot full of dragon hunters. I'm sorry if that makes no sense because there's so much context that is missing in the few sentences that I've just said, so I'm sorry. Those are my 2 ideas for prequels, and I really want to write them. Hopefully they'll be started and finished by like springtime, like the end of spring next year. That's my goal. And then yeah, that's all of the books. Like, and now I'm going to be talking about this new book idea that's really cool and I'm kind of obsessed with, and I've been doing lots of research for it, and I'm gonna probably start writing it soon because I'm really intrigued in this universe. So basically it's based in Wonderland, and I really love Wonderland. It's, like I've said, it's a growing interest of mine, and I have characters' names. I don't have a plot really, but I want to think of one because I really, really like the concept of this idea. So essentially it's a book in Wonderland, and the main girl is like based off of Alice, and then there's like each of the different queens, like the Queen of Hearts, the Queen of Diamonds, the Queen of Cloves, and the Queen of Spades, and they have different spots. And then I have different guards in training for the Queen of Hearts. I'm gonna have like a character for the Mad Hatter, but he's not gonna be like exactly the same, but like inspired by him, and he's gonna have like powers or something. I have a bunch of different characters that I'm thinking of, and they're really, really cool, and all the names are really cool. So I'm really excited about it, and I think I want to make it a duology because I could see the first one ending in suspense and then having a second book, and I've always wanted a duology. And then I also want to write a prequel, which would probably be a full-length novel as well, and it would be about all of the different queens and why they, like how their kingdoms formed, or maybe like why they aren't all ruling together, why they need their own kingdoms, you know? I feel like that could be really interesting to write. And yeah, so that's my main idea for right now. And then not to mention, I also want to write the 3rd book in the Dragon Keeper's Chronicles, which I can't really talk about at all because spoilers. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was interesting. Comment below what sounded interesting to you, and if you would want me to do a video talking about the Wonderland book, and if you would want me to do a video talking about the other book where it's like the kingdom in the sky. Comment down below because I would love to do videos about them. I think that would be really fun. So just let me know. I don't know what to make if you don't tell me what you want to see. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!